In older movies, it's hard to watch different genres and not run into a typical character, the evil developer.
Soon, where Toontown once stood will be a string of gas stations.
That's it, boys. The gift shop will go right there. Yeehaw, cut it down.
Now sign it.
Heroes like Jane Jacobs stood up to those who wanted to overdevelop, like Robert Moses. But pendulums swing. What if what was once viewed as good by one generation is now looked at as bad by a new one?
You're talking about Jane Jacobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a warning. Don't research your heroes. You may not like what you will find. She gets everything right. At a moment when the reformers want to come through and knock down whole neighborhoods in the name of urban renewal and slum clearance, she says no. They liked a lot of what they saw, but they didn't like change. Jacobs was correct in her diagnosis of the problems facing these neighborhoods, but her solution was to empower the residents of neighborhoods to control their own communities. Remember at the beginning where I talked about how a community could decide whether or not it was going to have you as a member? That was the thing that America cracked open to enable our extraordinary mobility. And what Jacobs and her fellow reformers did was they re-erected those walls around communities. They said, no, local communities should be back in charge of who they're going to admit as members. We're not going to do it person by person anymore, but we'll do it building by building. We'll decide what kinds of things can be collectively. We'll set up a set of hearings where you have to get communal input. We'll set up review processes where people can come and testify. And we'll give a right to sue to anyone who doesn't like the way the decision is being made. In practice, what this does is it means that it's not all the people of a neighborhood who are deciding. It's certainly not the people who would like to move into the neighborhood. They have no voice in this process. It's anyone with enough time and money and anger to gum up a project long enough to make the project unaffordable to construct.
And there you have it. People who did very good for the environment and whose hearts are in the right place have frozen out a ton of people wanting to live in New Jersey and other neighborhoods in America that are awesome. Just scrolling through the New Jersey subreddit will show you how so many hearts broken of people who just cannot afford to live here because we do not build. And all this has broader implications.